Good morning guys, welcome to the Shades and a brand new video today. And in today's video we talk about Chelsea's big match today in the Champions League against Ajax Amsterdam. Chelsea at the Bridge playing Ajax Amsterdam. Now after a wonderful win over the weekend against Watford away from home with great goals from Tammy and Pulisic, now we have to look into this Champions League match. We have to win this. We have to draw attention to Champions League big time because we are playing a very decent side called Ajax Amsterdam. We have beaten them a couple of weeks ago at the Johan Cruyff Arena, and so they will want to come here and take revenge, and something we want to let them do. So this is a big match for us playing today. We are the top of the group on same number of points as Ajax, but because we have beaten them as per the rules, in the UEFA Champions League, that it's not the goal difference, it's how you beat the team. And if you beat the team which has the same number of points as you get through. So it's a very important factor to keep in mind to play this kind of matches, because we have been beaten by Valencia and we cannot be in the same number of points with Valencia, then you know who will go through. It has happened to us 2012-2013 season, right after we won the Champions League. That season also we had the same number of points with that team, whatever team that was, and we finished third and we had to go to the Europa Cup. Great that we won the Europa Cup that season. The only team has won the Champions League and the Europa Cup back to back. That's Chelsea. That's we. So anyways, coming to the big match right now, it's a huge match for us midweek. There are lots of talking points to talk to. It's about Ajax coming to Stamford Bridge, a must-win match. Now coming to the first thing is the forms. Ajax is playing pretty well, but they are not the team that they used to be. Now I've always talked about it, that they have lost two of their best players, with Matthias de Ligt going to Juve and Frankie de Jong going to Barca. They are not the team they used to be, but still they're a very good side. They still got a very good manager coming in. They have a great team out there still, and they will be hungry and they will like to draw blood here, because it's important for us to understand that they are not coming here to get 1 point either. They like to take revenge, because normally Ajax are what Manchester United used to be in the Premier League some 15 years ago. They're this team which doesn't normally lose matches, and they have this amazing fan following, so they go out there to win, and they know we can win these matches. This is how they take it, especially at home. And now we went there to the Cruyff Arena, the Johan Cruyff Arena, and we were able to beat them. So we'll not come here to just make up the numbers. They'll come here for revenge. They'll come here to get those 3 points. 3 points also mean that they will more or less be set to finish number one in the group, and being a number one in the group has its incentives. Now, for one, at this moment, Chelsea is number one in the group, but you got to understand we have Valencia away from home, and then we have got Lille at home, expecting Chelsea to beat Lille at the Stamford Bridge. But Valencia away from home will not be an easy match for Chelsea, keeping in mind that if you look at when Valencia beat us in match day 1 at the Stamford Bridge, they were struggling. They were in the relegation zone in La Liga, but they were able to beat us, and after beating us they got their confidence. They have a couple of good players, and now they are in a decent situation in La Liga. So it is not going to be easy for us to go to Mestalla, to go to Valencia away from home and get 3 points. We might try to get 3 points, we may end up getting 1 point, but it's not going to be easy out there, because not too many teams are going there to Mestalla and getting points. So we'll have to keep this match very important for us. We have to get 3 points over here. That is how our attitude should be, because I'm pretty sure Ajax is going to win their matches against Valencia and Lille, and so saying that, they might finish top number one. And if you finish number one, you have a less chance of meeting one of the big teams in the next round. Now if Chelsea finish number one in our group, we will still most likely might meet teams like Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Dortmund or Inter, or Napoli in that matter. You never know. But still there's less chance of meeting, and then finishing second you might end up playing the likes of PSG, which we have been playing quite regularly in the Champions League, and Barca and Bayern and Juve, just to name a few. So it's always a better chance, maybe, just maybe, that you might finish first in the group. And obviously for a big club like Chelsea, we've always been a big club, we always finish number one at the top of our groups. It always makes sense to finish top, and what a way to do it if we can get 3 points, because Ajax is Stamford Bridge and we can do that. It's not a tough match. I know they are a very impressive side. They can come out here and then try to, as I said, draw blood. They would like to go out there and make sure they get the 3 points revenge. And even in that matter, trying to get 3 points, if they lose, they won't mind because they have Valencia and Lille, and I'm pretty sure they can win those and finish second maybe and still go through to the next round. But they will come here to make sure they get those 3 points, because there's a lot of pride at stake for clubs like Ajax Amsterdam, because they are unbeatable clubs in their home, in the Eredivisie or in the Dutch league. So for them, losing at home is a huge thing. So we will have to make sure that we don't do it. Now our away form this season has been much better than our home form, so I'm a little wary about it. So I'm hoping that we do enough. There'll be good team selections. We'll talk about it right now. We had some great news when we heard that Christensen and Kante, big news, Kante could be in this match, could be selected in this match. Now we'll talk a little bit about that as to who might play. Now there are 3-4 places which I think are very interesting to talk about. Obviously the first thing is Kante. It's a big talking point. Does Kante just come into the team on the merit of being N'Golo Kante, or because we have a deadly duo right now who are playing very well for the last 2-3 matches. Jorginho and Kovacic has been truly brilliant for Chelsea for the last couple of matches, 2-3 matches. Do we break that partnership, a winning partnership, to bring or to accommodate N'Golo Kante into the team? It's a very big question, a very big thing for Frank, a young manager, to think about. Do I just go ahead now? Or this other thing, does he play Jorginho, Kovacic, and N'Golo Kante together? If 3 of them play together, what will that benefit Chelsea? If that means then does Mason Mount doesn't play? Now if Mason Mount does play, then does he play as a winger, where he used to do when Pulisic was on the bench? Mason Mount at times used to play as a winger. But now you at this moment cannot drop Pulisic because he's scoring goals, he's playing well. So then what happens? If Pulisic doesn't get dropped, then does Willian get dropped? Because Willian is having a couple of not so good matches. So these are very important and very interesting things to talk about, and very interesting things for Frank to think. From my point of view, most likely I like to see, this is what I like to see first and foremost, and talk about, and then I'll say what might happen. So what I like to see is keep Jorginho and Kovacic play this game. Simple as that. Don't break a winning partnership. Let them play and see how it goes, and according to that, bring on Kante if required. But what's most likely we're going to see? Most likely we're going to see Kante and Jorginho starting this match, Kovacic on the bench, and let's see how it goes from there, and if it works well, because Ajax is an important opponent, is a big opponent, and you won't like to see a big match player like N'Golo Kante coming in. So most likely Mount, N'Golo Kante, and Jorginho. Jorginho has a suspension against Crystal Palace in our upcoming match this coming weekend, so Jorginho is going to sit out on that match, and then Kovacic will come in. So most likely Kovacic on the bench, Kante and Jorginho and Mount will have Pulisic playing on one side. Now a big question on Willian, though Frank is a big fan of Willian, so we are expecting Willian to start most likely. However, we like to see Hudson Odoi starting this match in place of Willian, because he's having below par matches, though Hudson Odoi himself had a below par match against Man United. Still, he still needs chances, and I still believe that when Willian is having a couple of below par matches, maybe we can try this out, but I don't think Frank is going to do that. Frank will go with Willian because he just brings a little more to his game, not just about scoring goals. He just brings a little more with his experience. I think which Frank likes, and that could be a reason why Willian might still start. So Pulisic on one side, Willian on one side, and obviously Tammy will start. Though I like to see Batshuayi, but then Batshuayi is better. He comes in the last 20 minutes or so. At this moment, Tammy again scoring a great goal in the last weekend in Watford, so it doesn't make sense for Tammy to sit out. There's no question about that happening. And so to the back right now, didn't talk about the back. So 2 big pointers on back: Emerson or Alonso, who plays? For me, Emerson would play. And Emerson was incidentally in the subs bench when we played Ajax 2 weeks ago, and Alonso started, and that was quite interesting to think about that. And now if you see like Sarri did last season, and he did a brilliant game plan. He used to play Emerson on one match, the next match Alonso, and then Emerson and Alonso, and it really worked well for Chelsea. Both were not fatigued, both were not burned out, and both were pretty decent when they were playing. But now that Emerson is fit after 2-3 weeks, does he play him back-to-back matches? Emerson started against Watford last weekend, and does he start this match? It'll be interesting what Frank does. Frank's thinking is a little different from Sarri in that matter, that he keeps on playing the same players if they're playing well and doesn't drop them thinking that we should do a little bit of switching here and there. He doesn't normally do that. So it'll be interesting to see that. For me, I would like to see Alonso coming in, but then if Emerson is well, it's a big match, saying that I think Emerson should start and maybe Alonso starting against Crystal Palace. Who knows? So that will be interesting to see. And then Christensen. Christensen most likely will be on the subs bench, but then Tomori and Zuma has been playing very well again. Zuma had a great game against Watford, but then they have been playing every match every 3-4 days, and it will be interesting to see if Christensen is brought in. But again, I think it's a big match. They will keep on the same team. I'm pretty sure that will be more or less the same team, except for N'Golo Kante coming in. Most likely will come in place of Kovacic. But then again, that might be the only most likely change. Might not happen as well. That could be the change. Otherwise, I don't think they will going to change Tomori and Zuma for now. Maybe we'll see some changes against Crystal Palace. Already we know Jorginho will not play that match, so there will be some changes in that match. But with Ajax, we'll like to go ahead and keep the same team more or less, because we need to make sure that we get those 3 points or not lose 3 points, because at times we know Ajax could be a tough team to play, and we beat them doesn't mean that we can beat them again, and it will be very tough to see that Ajax coming in and getting 3 points over here. They will like to come here and do so. Even if they lose that match to us, they will make sure that they come here to get those points. So make no mistake about it, I'm pretty sure about it that Ajax will come here for revenge and getting those 3 points. So we'll have to make sure that we can nick in and get those 3 points for us, because getting 3 points, being top of the group, that's what we want. That's how it's always been Chelsea on top. So that's why I feel, and I'll leave it out there. I'm still hoping that we can get something. Most people are saying it's a draw. It's easier to say that it's a draw because 2 big teams playing, but I think Ajax is not coming here. It's not coming to Stamford Bridge for a draw. They're going to come for the win, so we'll have to be ready and meet them at the right place, because otherwise we might lose this match, which we don't want to. We already lost to Valencia at home, match day 1. We don't want to lose a second match here. So as always, I'll leave it to you at the end. Let me know at the end what you guys think. What should be the team news? What do you think? Chelsea is going to win or Ajax is going to win? Who is going to start? Will it be N'Golo Kante starting or somebody else will start over here? Keep it coming in the comment section, guys. As always, I love to hear from you guys. Till next time, I'm hoping for a Chelsea win. I'm signing off. See you guys. Bye-bye.